there are just some thoughts that I want to share it as a reminder to myself in the past. I realized that in 2023, I did not actually produce a lot of videos, like whether it's a live video or it's videos for my YouTube, but I actually have been focusing my time on YouTube, right? That's the reason why I produce lesser live here. I want to talk about this. Ever since that I pivoted my time to more YouTube focus in terms of the videos, I realized I have this habit that I want to shoot this reminder to myself. Okay, this habit is this. Whatever you are trying to shoot for YouTube, you're thinking more. Like you're thinking about, oh, is that content good enough? Is the thumbnail good enough? Is my setup like more like a YouTuber enough? Is the lighting cool enough? Is my makeup good enough? But I realized that I've been focusing on the wrong things because I remember the first time that when I started doing the videos, right? It was when I really enjoy talking without thinking too much. Like I can talk whenever I feel like. I've treated it as like my journal, like today I have some thoughts. I need to record it down. I need to remind myself about that. I need to create a legacy about that. That's where I record a video without thinking too much. And I really miss those moments, right? Because once I actually pivoted my time more to YouTube, I actually did not stream this video to YouTube accidentally, but I'm just going to put this video to YouTube later on. Um, the more that I focus my time in YouTube, the more that I realized that I wasn't focusing on the main thing, which is the content. And I don't know how many of you guys have been there with me. Like, you always wanted to put up a lot of different posts in your social media. It can be your Facebook, or you always wanted to do like a reels, do like a shorts, different things. But the moment that you want to start, you feel like something is holding you back. You feel like, ah, maybe these reels may not get as much as likes, may not get as much as views as compared that I did in the past. And that's why you stop taking actions. I think that is so dangerous, right? Because we have this mentality of seeking for perfection, and we kind of like forgot the most important thing is the journey, is actually taking the actions. Like, let me repeat that. You're so focusing on becoming a perfectionist. You want everything to be perfect, but in the end, it is holding you back from taking massive actions, which will actually bring you the results, right? I know that I always have this moment. I know, I also know that I'm not alone, because recently, as I share with you guys earlier, I've been starting my journaling process. Right, I actually bought a book. That book is actually originates from a Japanese author. So what it does is that this journal is really, really very special, because every single day I need to read for about 2 pages. All right. And then after 2 pages, the author will actually give me some homework, that I would say. The homework is pretty simple. The homework is actually asking me about 3 things that I feel happy about the day. And also ask a question that help me to think about things that I didn't do in the past. That actually give me a lot of different reflections. So, and I realized through this journaling habit, I have been entering into the third week of my journal. And I have missed about 3 days, 3 to 4 days, which is, I think, is not too bad, but it's also not too great, because I shouldn't be missing one of the day. But I realized that the more that I miss out one of the days, the excuses that I give myself is like, oh, I'm too tired today. Like, that is a lousy excuse, because the moment I gave myself that excuse, I was like scrolling social media, scrolling my mobile phone, which isn't the right thing to do, because I should be staying consistent, right? So that's why it actually gave me an aha moment. Like, I realized I have this bad habit. The moment that I skip one day, it is easier for me to find excuses to skip the second day and to skip the third day, right? I don't know whether it is happening to you guys, but maybe you guys can let me know. And if, let's say, you're watching this live, give me a hashtag live. So I'm just talking about the journey when I think I have produced lesser videos in Facebook Live, and then why? Because instead of focusing on the content, and instead of focusing on sharing the things that I love, no matter whether anyone is watching or not, I've been focusing on the wrong stuff. I've been focusing on what if no one actually view my video. I should actually, wait until my lighting is being set up correctly, then only I produce that video. That is so wrong, because if you watch my live earlier on, I actually share about this book that I recently just read. It is called The Power of Input. It's also from a Japanese author. It talks about the proportion of, if we want to be able to learn something, like today you went to a, I don't know, webinar, you just learned something new. If you want to make sure that this thing sticks to you, you need to have a certain output. Meaning output, it can be like doing a video just like what I'm doing right now, or maybe recording a podcast, or maybe writing down as a journal. And if you have been just constantly learning, you have a lot of input, right? Input, you're constantly learning, but you have zero output. Actually, you learn lesser. So that's why when I saw that, it actually gave me an aha moment, because it reminds me, why did I produce so much of videos when I first starting out doing the videos back in 2020? And I can't believe that is like a third year and fourth year, right? So you need to have the same, you need to have more output, right? Producing videos, teaching others, guiding others, or just recite it in written format, or just to talk about in your podcast, in order to have that input stick to your mind. So that's why I right now I want to change my habit. Whenever I have some thoughts, I felt like these are thoughts that I want to give to my own self in for my future when the same thing happens again, or maybe for my children in the future. This is a video to remind myself that you should just do it regardless of the output, because a lot of time before we kickstart something, right, you'll be like, oh, if this video is going to bring me a lot of views, then only I will do it. But have you thought about that? It is actually a chicken and egg issue. Chicken and egg issue, because without you taking the actions, without you creating the videos, without you creating the contents, without you creating the reels, how would you be able to get views at first? And without the views, and it is pushing you not to do videos. Have you guys seen that it is actually a loop that you're in? So that's my loop. But then what about you? So that's why this video is to remind all of us that taking actions regardless of the results. Just for me right now, I'm just going to shoot whatever things that I felt like I want to share. Right? Like yesterday, I actually went to this KLCC. I went to this is actually a very famous tourist spot in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. It is where I am situated. So in case that you don't know about Malaysia, we are very close by with Singapore. We're just like a Singapore is at our south. So Malaysia is here, Singapore is at the south, and Thailand is at the north. So we are like in between Thailand and Singapore. And so this tourist spot is called KLCC. You can go and check it out. My live yesterday, I was at this Petronas Twin Tower. It's really, really, really nice. And I can't believe that even though I'm located so near with the Petronas, it's like 20 minutes driving distance, but I don't visit it often enough. I don't actually appreciate it enough, right? When I'm just living like 20 minutes close by. So I visited this tourist spots because I just went there for an event, and I absolutely love it. And for those of you guys that you have not visited Malaysia, you definitely should check out my latest live, and that is more reasons for you to check out Malaysia. So Malaysia is a very cultural, like multicultural country. We can speak multiple language. I can speak Mandarin, I can speak Hokkien and Cantonese is just another dialect from Mandarin. I wouldn't see it as another language, but we can also speak English pretty well. And we can also speak Bahasa Malaysia, which is also very similar to Bahasa Indonesia. All right. So this is just a random live, and I hope that if you are watching it from replay, give me a hashtag replay. And my reminders to you guys as well. If it is actually 2 weeks close to New Year, right? It's close to 2024. And it's never too late to kickstart something that you always wanted to do, but you have no courage to do that. And I always remind myself, the best day to do the thing that you always want to do is right now. So what about you? Have you created your first reel? Have you created your first short video that you always procrastinate to do it? And reminder that you need to have actions, then only you can see the results, right? So A lot of things takes times, but all you need to do is just to take massive actions right now and take imperfect actions. So with that, I'm just going to say bye bye to you guys. And if you have not signed up for my free ChatGPT course, you can sign up at you can sign up at junlo.net/chatgpt, and it's a free course that I created so that for you guys who are a coach and are solopreneurs, I actually teach you how you can use ChatGPT to power up your productivity and to create massive content in a very short period of time in my ChatGPT course, which is at junlo.net/chatgpt. And I look forward to see you guys in my next live video then. See ya. Take care. Bye bye.